Hello and welcome to this canned Sol review. Sol Cerveza Nacional de Mexico. Since 1899, imported beer, 4.5% alcohol. Cerveceria Moctezuma. Well, that's Heineken Mexico now. If I looked at their website and they're saying it's 4.2 for the 4.2. So I guess for the Mexican market, it's 4.2. Monterrey, Mexico. Imported by Cerveza Sol Imports, Fort Worth, Texas. 138 calories. So it's imported through the Miller Brewery at Fort Worth, Texas. And you notice they list this on the Molson Coors Beverage Company website as one of their brands. It's owned by Heineken, but there's some complicated marketing agreement, which I don't really understand. So it's Cuauhtémoc Moctezuma, Cerveceria Cuauhtémoc Moctezuma, but it's Heineken Mexico, but it's imported to the U.S. through the Miller Brewery in Fort Worth, Texas, and it's marketed by Molson Coors. Okay, go along with that. Thick, white head, straw gold appearance, bubbly, straw gold. It looks like the sun on the glass. I want to thank my friend David Garlapede for giving me 4 cans of this. He got a great deal on it at Elio's Wine Warehouse in New Orleans, Louisiana. Best buy date, June of 2020. So it's not out of date. I'm going to go put the rest in the fridge. This is pint cans, all right? So he bought a case, 24 pint cans for $12. Now, that's the best value in the history of modern beer purchasing, right? These guys have so many great deals. And he was telling me, you ought to go buy some. You ought to buy some. I said, well, I mean, I got so much beer now, you know. So he was drinking it like crazy. And then he said, take a 4-pack. I said, why? He said, you know how sometimes you get a bunch of beer and then you like it a lot, and you enjoy it, and then you don't like it, and you get sick of it? And I said, no. I don't ever really get tired. If I like the brand, I don't get tired of it. You know, I don't get tired of drinking it. So I took a 4-pack. He's got 20 left, 20 cans left. I said, don't let them go out of date. You know, give them away to me or to whoever. This beer is so mellow. It's been 7 years since I did a can review. We did a duo review last year on the street, but from a quart bottle. But the last time I probably had a canned Sol, well, at his house one day we shared one off camera. We were talking about it and he was bragging on it so much. But the last time I did a canned Sol video review was in 2013. 2013. I said, I thought I had just done that. It smells malty. It might be 4.2 for the European market too. They usually tend to be lower with stuff, I guess, for some reason. But it's malty. There's corn. You know, they're using corn starch, I guess. The Heineken Mexico, the Heineken USA website will show the ingredients. Maybe I'll look that up. Lemony. I always said that about Sol. It has some kind of lemony note from, I guess, the hops. Lemony, mild grains. Just think of cereal grains, like no type of cereal grains, just like generalized cereal grain, like you would have in breakfast cereal, but, you know, without the sugar added. And then a light to medium body and a crisp, clean finish. I know a guy who's about 90 years old. 87, okay. 87 years old. And he said back years ago, 50 years ago, they would go to Mexico. He taught Spanish at Southeastern Louisiana University. He taught Spanish, and his wife is from Costa Rica. And they would go to Mexico for like a month, just driving around and stuff, because they could speak Spanish. Of course, she could perfectly. And he said he would just buy so much Sol beer because you didn't want to drink the water. He said so they would just drink beer the whole time, or coffee, and or whatever. I don't know about coffee. I don't know, whatever they drink, pre-made stuff. But he said it was 10 cents in our money, 10 cents a bottle. 10 cents a bottle, so $2.40 for a case. Crazy. He said it was just good, I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing ever. I don't say it's the greatest thing ever now. I mean, I don't think anybody says that. But it's enjoyable. I mean, it's so easy going. Hi, Ronnie. Sol is better than Corona, says Eric. Is it? I'd have to do a taste challenge. That's a good idea. I like Corona a lot, but maybe you're right about that. Because Sol is so good. Tecate, I believe you stated before, might be your favorite Mexican beer, Ron. Yeah, the bottle version. I don't know why. It seemed like the bottle version is better than the can, and I can't explain it. Can't explain it. Tecate is great. Bohemia is great. Dos Equis is good. Dos Equis Ambar is good. Tecate Light's pretty good for a light beer. Sol, Carta Blanca is good. Modelo Especial is so delicious, and my favorite is probably Modelo Negra. Modelo Negra. There used to be one called Chihuahua. I think it was called. But it didn't really last, and I couldn't find it anymore. It was pretty good. I don't know what happened with that. Then there was, because some of those fell off the radar kind of, and the big companies got rid of them, and some private company bought it, and they couldn't really maintain it. Another one was called Mexicali, I think. It just didn't really pan out too much. So, yeah, independent companies are good. We support the small companies, but oftentimes they can't really compete with something like that, especially like a regular beer. Try to make it real popular. They just don't have the funding. They don't have the ability, like Hafenreffer. The Hafenreffer private stock malt liquor, the malt liquor that with the European taste. The family bought it back. The Hafenreffer family bought back the brand. They promoted it, but they didn't have too much money. They didn't have their own brewery anymore. They paid probably Miller Coors to make it. But they just went out of business a few years ago. They couldn't maintain that. Hafenreffer was probably the best malt liquor you could get. It was kind of heavy bodied, but it was like 6.7. It was kind of high, a little too high alcohol, but it did taste kind of like Heineken. It was like, it really did have a European taste. They might have used some kind of European yeast strain. Look, Sol and all the ones I named, they were all started by German and Austrian immigrants to Mexico. All right, all of them. So they moved to Mexico. They start brewing beer. And they had to use the corn and the rice to make up for there were certain reasons, like the type of barley America had, basically, and whatnot. So they made them adjunct beers. Plus, they didn't have to follow the law. They weren't under the law of Germany anymore. And so the Bush family in America made Budweiser, and the Miller family made Miller, and the Pabst family made Pabst. The Schlitz family made Schlitz. The Fabacher family made Jack's beer in New Orleans. The Greasy Dick family made Falstaff beer across the United States. And another one, I think the original family was started with an L with Falstaff. Limpet, I can't remember. They had some kind of internal problems, like murder, suicides and stuff, like real serious problems. But anyway, Ballantine, I don't think Ballantine was German. But what I mean is that's what started these American lagers, Germans, North American lagers. You get it? Okay, we got it. Now it's owned by the Dutch. And the Netherlands was part of the First Reich. until, well, officially until 1648, not really after 1580, because there was the Dutch revolt against Spain. Spain owned the Netherlands within the Holy Roman, the Heiliges Römische Reich, the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation, the Habsburg Empire. But anyway, history. Yeah. Okay. Inman 40 says, Inman 40 says, Tecate Light is good for a light beer, I think. I used to not like it, but I agree. Reet Geeb 2 says, the malt liquor drinking community is a cult group. Okay. There's a lot of cults. I don't follow that group, so I don't really know anything about it. Blue Ford Focus isn't drinking a Lone Star beer. Okay, I like Lone Star. Can't get it in Louisiana. Can't get Pearl. I got Pearl in Reserve, Louisiana, on Louisiana Highway 53 in 1997 at a store that used to be called Weber's, but it got bought out by a different family. But still have the bottle from the 6-pack. At least in my area, malt liquor has fallen by the wayside in the past few years. Back in around 2009, 2010, I could buy a wide variety near me. Now there are only a handful of I can get by me. It has kind of died out here in a way, a little bit. I'll be right back. I guess this beer, you can't say too much about it. It's simple, right? That might be a good thing, though. I'm not going to sit here for a long time and talk about all the descriptors of it. You know, it tastes and smells like nutmeg and clementine and hush hush sweet Charlotte and, you know, the fall of the House of Usher or any of these things, the World at War. It doesn't taste like any of those things. It just tastes like regular old Mexican lager, which is fine. I don't know why people have a conniption fit behind that, but some people do, you know. They freak out. We can still get, I was at some, I call them liquor stores, but really it's just convenience stores. In Louisiana, every store sells liquor, you know. But I was there this morning because Walmart didn't open until 7 with their, I don't want to even go into it. Okay, which is more like for show, from my experience. But there was Magnum, probably all out of date, because Circle K is notorious for not rotating, and Miller Coors, Molson Coors is notorious for not rotating or checking dates, guys. There was Magnum, Steel Reserve, 211, Old English. That's the most popular one around here, Old English, 800 brand malt liquor. Didn't see King Cobra. King Cobra usually be at Racetrack, 40s. Food for Less has 16-ounce 6-packs. One store in this town sells Colt 45 that I'm aware of. There may be more than one, but I'm aware of one that still sells Colt 45. Yeah, it's not like back in the heyday. But then some of the companies went out of business. Like I can't get the Eagle malt liquor. That was a really good, strong beer, the Eagle. But Evansville Brewing Company went out of business in 97 because I kept looking for it. I was like, what happened to this beer? Oh, I didn't realize the company went out of business. They shut down the brewery. One of the old-time American breweries, too, Evansville Brewing in Indiana. They used to make Sterling beer. I bought it. I liked it. I said, I saw a quart bottle. I was like, man, I'm putting that in my collection. Oh, yeah. 1997 at Pilot on US Highway 51. I said, Buzz Amp, going by my Sterling when I get more money, you know. Went back there the next week. Where's the pints of Sterling? I mean, the quarts. Nothing. Never saw it again. There's your lesson. I learned this lesson the hard way. You see it, you buy it. Here's your lesson. I mean, if you don't have money, don't buy it, of course. But if you see it, you buy it. Don't delay, because you're going to pay by never getting it. Oh, what a disaster. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, what a fiasco. I could have had that quart bottle of Sterling, and I didn't buy it. Man, that was too much to deal with. Okay, here's Pearl. I bought this bottle, I'm telling you, in 1997. You know it's got that Pabst cap. All the Pabst beers used to have this standard cap with some riddle underneath it. And then it would say Pearl, triple export Pearl. And then there it is. Nice, huh? And it's bragging on this medal that they won. Says, Great American Beer Festival, gold medal, 1991. They're so proud. San Antonio, Texas, brewed with pure spring water from the country of 1,100 springs. From the country of 1,100 springs, Texas. It's like a whole other country. Boy, that 6-pack was so good. And then my grandfather's saying, Pearl, that's horrible stuff. I was like, what are you talking about, Paw? He was like, I wouldn't drink that. I said, oh, no. I said, no. I said, well, he probably drank it in 1946, and it was bad, so he'd never drink it again, you know. I said, Pearl is good, man. Soul, this stuff is so good. What would I score it? Obviously, a 91 out of 100. It's at least a 90. It's excellent. Now, you can laugh, ridicule, put thumbs down, attack me, come to my house and set me on fire, whatever you want to do. Still, but I wouldn't advise doing that. But you understand hyperbole. I'm still not going to change my score. I think it's a 90. I think it's a 91. I think it's an excellent product. Okay, a few comments. I've said enough about it. Then we'll get off the air. People say, I don't want to watch these long hangouts. I get it. Man, all these comments. I didn't know I had 25 people watching. I'm over here talking, and I got 2,000 comments. Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know they still made Lone Star beer. It's good. Yeah, they still make it. I love how you can remember nearly every beer you've ever had, as well as the setting in which you had. It says Everett Engstrom. Yeah, I guess I have a good memory because I can kind of remember every beer I've had, and I can kind of remember. I can pretty much remember where I had it. Don't know why. Just can. I mean, not like the 6-pack of Pearl. I can't remember where I had each 6 of the 6 bottles. I mean, I drank one, I think, at my grandma's house, showing my grandpa, look, oh, that's trash. That's horse urine. I was like, all right. I said, go ahead, drink Miller Lite, you know, the great Miller Lite. And chew your Red Man. Sometimes he would get beech nut. He's got Miller Lite in the cup. It's like a plastic glass, like this. It's plastic, you know. Sipping it. He's spitting it out. I'm like, you're using Miller Lite like mouthwash. Okay. He's chewing this Red Man. I said, okay, baby. Now, love how, drinking a little something ale here in sunny California, says John Rafton. Oh, yeah, a little something. That's a good one. Pearl is hard to find here in San Antonio, too. You can only get it directly from their faux brewery, their fake brewery. Right. It was a real brewery until 2001 when Pabst very, to me, stupidly closed it. But, yeah, you can't find Pearl, man. Do you like Soul more than Corona? A little bit. A little bit more, not like drastically more. Craig Swinson says, good afternoon. You had a lot of good points in your discussion with Eric earlier. Oh, about the thing. Thank you. Bob Saget. I used to watch his show. My favorite Mexican lager is Victoria. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that one. That's a jewel. I saw that. I saw a 12-pack of that at Star. I'm not sure I've had Sol, but I intend on buying it. Oh, I would highly, highly recommend that you run out and get it tonight. I'm not joking. It's really that good. Here in Los Angeles, the Mexicans love Modelo. I've noticed that here. Can't say they're all Mexicans. I love it too. So I like Old English. It's better than it used to be. I haven't noticed a change. How would you compare salted Dos Equis? Well, it's a little stronger alcohol, and it's a little more lemony, and it's a little better. It's a better product. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Stop getting those make-your-own six-packs. They're usually out-of-date beers. Yeah, right. Country Club. I got some Country Club bottles right here. Right here. I bought this somewhere on the road. I wrote a letter to Paps once, an electronic letter, email. I said, I really wrote it to Schaefer, but you know that's Paps. I say, where can I get bottles of Schaefer? Because on the old Schaefer website, they show a 6-pack of bottles. This lady, she sends me a reply. Oh, we no longer sell Schaefer in bottles, only cans. That's just an old photo on the website. I said, okay. But like a year later, I go to Baltimore and I bought a bottle. So what do you call this? A can? No. Notice that beautiful, totally plain gold cap. Yeah, that's a bottle, pretty sure, of Schaefer. Bought that on United States Highway 40 in downtown Baltimore. Didn't get killed. Thought I had a 50-50 shot of getting killed. Nah, I wasn't that worried. It was probably more like, that would be a reasonable chance, though. I thought, there's a reasonable chance something bad could happen. But I was just looking around. I was like, oh, bazam. I said, oh, baby. Of course, I bought it. And it was a beautiful store. It had like a little thing where you put the money and they turn this big bulletproof thing and gave you change. It's very, very attractive. Okay, that's it. We're finished. I have also never seen Schlitz Blue, Red, or Black Bull. I've seen them all. I've never seen the black. That's a Canadian thing. The only one that of the high alcohol line I had was a Gold Bull. Yeah, we can get the Gold Bull in West Louisiana, but not where I live, West Louisiana. They don't even make bottles anymore, only canned. I wouldn't necessarily put money on that, because you might run across a bottle of Gold Bull. I need to send you some Bush Ice next time I see or visit the New Orleans area. I know you say you can't get it. No, we can't. But in my area in Georgia, I can get lots of it in different places. Well, I don't want to see people send me beer, you know. What's going on, crew? Says Dominic. Okay. There's nothing wrong with Sol. I drank it here in Ireland in the summer. See? Danny O'Neill. Mexican beers I like except Corona. No like. I like it. Okay, I got to end this. But all these comments are coming in fast and furious, like the movie. Hey, Ron, hope you're doing well. Glad I caught the stream. Says enjoy the decline. RKOXX Connie. I like the long hangouts. I like the long hangouts. He likes the long hangouts. I got to get me some soul tomorrow. Currently drinking Corona today. Okay. Josh Abrams, how's your Sunday going? Sunday, it's nice. I didn't get to go to church because, you know, of what's going on, which has got me in an uproar a bit. I just feel wrong. Like, I don't feel wrong. Like, it's not my fault. But I feel like out of sorts. Like, I don't feel right. Like, things are not right. But I did cut the grass. That's how a day of rest, you know, I cut the grass. But it wasn't too hard. I mean, that lawnmower thing only weighs like 12 pounds. It's nothing to push. It doesn't have a motor. You know what I'm saying? The lawnmower has no engine. It doesn't take gas or electricity. It's just got blades. And when you push it, the wheels turn and it makes the blades turn. It's pretty easy to use. Okay. Drew from Brantford, Ontario. Have you ever tried James Ready 5.5? If not, please try to get it. I've never tried it, never heard of it. I'd try it. The obscurity of soul is what stopped me from trying it. Change my mind. I'll change your mind right now. Look. But I don't know if you can get these huge cans for so cheap. 50 cents a pint. That's the deal of the century, man. How would you compare Soul to Natty Daddy? Well, they're not comparable. I really like Soul Micheladas. Yeah, if you look at the Cerveceria Cuauhtémoc Moctezuma website, they're showing stuff we can't get. Stuff we can't get yet. I'm going to try Victoria next. I'm Tex-Mex. It says Astroverb 9000. Oh yeah, Victoria. That's some stores sell the big quart bottles of Victoria. It's low alcohol, but that's fine. You know, old drunks got to have high alcohol. But sometimes I like those 4.0s, 4.1s. This is 4.5. It's right up my alley. I'm enjoying it like craziness. On May 1st, one of my brothers bet me $1,000 that I couldn't go 100 days without a beer. It's day number 1 starting tomorrow. Would you take that bet? Would I take a bet for $1,000 to not go without beer for 100 days? No, I would not take the bet. I mean, I could win it easily, but I don't feel like the aggravation. You know, I got enough money. You know what I mean? A mill here, a mill there. You got it. So $1,000, I don't need it. I got it. I heard gunshots in your review videos before. Well, you know, sometimes people shoot guns around here. Okay, have you tried Real Ale or Kona Brewing Company? Yes. I like them both. Isn't Shreveport the Schlitz Bull capital? I've said that. Triple J. I keep telling my friend David, we got to make a trip to Shreveport. But then we never do it. But I mean, it's kind of like, you think about it. You're going to drive all the way to Shreveport for 5 hours so you can buy Schlitz malt liquor. It's kind of insane, you know. There's got to be a purpose to it. You say, well, you can go to the National Wildlife Refuge. There's trails by the Red River, extensive trail system. Yes, very nice too, I have to admit. I could go and take a tourism of Shreveport. There is tourism there. Not Grand Ole Opry, sorry, the Louisiana Hayride stuff. There are things to see up around there. Could go to Texarkana, the Ozarks in Oklahoma. I mean, I could do it. I will do it. I must do it. All right. Someone I know will request beers at one of his local stores, and they will always get them in. When I ask of any of mine, basically they say I'm out of luck if they don't carry it. I'm not requesting it. Same here. They'll just say we don't get that. And I'll talk to some managers around here, like tell them about a beer. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that, which I interpret as they're not gonna look into it. Astroverb says, hell yeah, to a message that was retracted. Okay. Well played, Ron. I want to prove a point myself. Okay, JBD. Anything fancy, says Inman 40. Anything fancy. All right, well, I'm going to get off the air unless people want to see these Schlitz cans that I bought over the last 24 years, but they probably don't. So people say, I don't want to see a bunch of old Schlitz cans and bottles. Thank you. Not interested. I get it. I understand. Although I probably have an awesome collection. You would agree. But anyway, the Sol is a winner. I got 3 cans left. Wish I had all 24, but I mean, I'm not a beggar. I wouldn't buy the regular 12 packs. 11.2 ounces? 11.2 ounces. What do you find fascinating? 11.2 ounces, by the time you start enjoying it, it's gone. But with the pint, you can really enjoy it. I'm not going to do it, you know, but I'm almost like tempted to only buy pint cans from now on because it's like a real perfect serving. 12 ounces, you always feel cheated, right? You drink, but you say, oh, man, I'm enjoying this natural ice so much. And then you say, well, dang, it's gone. But with the pint, it's like you get 2 great drams, you know what I mean? You get 2 great glasses and you drink it and it's so cold and you're like, oh, man. One more thing. Do you think Shiny will bring back Wicked Ram? I wish they would. IPA. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Beer cans history. Well, okay, you insist. I'll show you. All right. Got to get some water. I'm thirsty. Ooh, I got to put this back. We can't be breaking this bottle. That's a beautiful bottle. It's a beautiful little bottle. They only gave this bottle to officers in World War II. Here's a nice can. Okay, well, so I'm tempted to save it, but I don't keep foreign beers. I'm a xenophobic person. No, just kidding. Okay, Schlitz hasn't been around here in a while, says Nina Yordi. Saw Schaefer at the store. No, you spelled it wrong, but that's all right. It's common mistake. Schaefer. That's all right. No, not 2 F's. At the store months ago, couldn't pick it up. Now it's gone. See what I mean? Jean-Pierre, the beverage ramble. How you doing, Jay? I just did a review of Dice. Oh, he got Dice. I'm getting kind of emotional now. Okay. Get it back in. Bring it in. Bring it. All right. Good deal, Jean. Good deal, Jean. Who actually owns Schlitz now? Pabst. Jean says he loves Sol. So here's some water. Now, here's something I bought in 1996. But it was from the previous year. But it wasn't old when I bought it. If you can decipher those hieroglyphics. Okay, but I bought this on US Highway 51. Well, it's a major highway around here, so it makes sense, right? So I was in Hammond, Louisiana, at like one of those Circle K or Exxon, and they had this. It's like, I don't know, $3.99 for a 6-pack. Schlitz. And I'm looking at it, I was like, I don't recall seeing this label. It seems strange to me, you know? So I kept looking at it, and then it said, the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. Then, now, and forever. Replica. This is a replica of the 1945 classic Schlitz can. So it says, Schlitz invites you to raise a glass in honor of the courage, sacrifice, and determination of American veterans, their families, and those on the home front. 1945 to 1995, 50th anniversary of World War II. So I was like, man, I'm buying this. And so I bought it. And it was like a throwback. That's what the label looked like in 1945. So I knew people in 1995 that were in World War II it was the 50th anniversary. So some of those guys were like 75 back then. Some of those guys were like 73. Like just starting to get old. They weren't really like old. They were starting to get old. You know, they would drive around. You see them at places talking and stuff. But really, I can remember when people from World War II were in their 40s. Like, I'm not joking. I can remember people that were in World War II that were like 48. I remember my mother telling me, see that man? He was in World War II. And the guy was like 48, 47. So, strange, huh? I can remember people that were in Vietnam were like young, like 20, 22. Classic 60s formula, tall boy. And you remember when they brought these back, right? We can still get these for $4.71 a six pack. But really the great ones are these. Here's the old Schlitz can. The pre-2011 can. This stayed in production till 2011, 9 years ago. A lot of these cans are toys. But with this can, you can hammer nails all day long and it'll shoot dead on center. It's a beautiful little can. And then there's a counterpoint because around the same time, I bought this. Oh, around the same time, I bought this in Houston, Texas at Specs. You see this? The last of the short necks. Bought this in 1998. That bottle's in perfect condition. When I saw it, I said, that's a classic. I was like ESPN. I said, that's an instant classic. Incredible. Incredible. Okay. Last of the comments. Schlitz is good. It is good. It's the best mass-produced beer they got, if you want to be techno. Haven't drank that since the 70s, Ron, says David Cassidy. I used to admire your show, man. I think I love you. Okay, I always assumed Laverne and Shirley worked at the Schlitz factory. Yeah, shots, but that's what they were trying to imply, I guess, Nina. Joe Biden's interested. I'm anti-xenomorph ever since LV 426. Okay, whatever that is. Okay, Eric says, I drank a lot of Schaefer in the 80s. I drank a lot in the 90s. I drank a lot in the 90s. You call that a cane? Let's see an Iron City. I don't have that. I have one bottle of Iron City. A bottle, glass bottle. Eric Hawk, cool bottle. David Cassidy says, remembering the black label All Points Bulletins cans. All Points Bulletin cans? I've never heard of that. Jack says, have you ever had Coors Banquet? Oh, he means Coors Banquet on tap in Colorado. No, I had Pabst Blue Ribbon on draft in Denver. I went to Denver, got Pabst. But it was $1 for these huge glasses. Had one on draft in one of those Rocky Mountain towns on my way out of Denver. I was literally in Denver, like Denver downtown by Rocky Stadium. Actually, I should have gone to a game because people were going to the game. This was a true story. 1999, they had people walking to the stadium. They were going to the game. Remember back when they used to have games and before, you know. Anyway, so I was like, man, if I didn't have to get on this bus because the bus was leaving, I bought this round the world ticket. You used to be able to buy these tickets. You could travel the whole United States for one price. True story. And you could get off and on anytime you want. It was like a card, and you show it to the bus driver. Oh yeah, Discovery Pass. Come on, sit where you want. I don't care. So they said they're leaving, but they weren't leaving for an hour and a half. So I went to this bar in Denver, like a hobo bar. I called it a hobo bar. I mean, it might have been a nice bar in like 1960 or 50, but it was kind of questionable, to say the least. But I didn't care. I mean, $1 Imperial pint. We talking about like 20 ounces. So I drank 2. I was so thirsty. It's in the summer in Denver. It's so dry, you dehydrate. So I was thinking, man, I wish I could go to that game. I did go back 6-7 years later, but I was stumbling to that bus, and I was like, here's my Discovery Pass. And I just got on there. I was like, oh, I gotta sleep. And I got it so cold on those buses, the air conditioner is like major intensity, So you get on there and it starts rocking back, that got those like spring action, the Greyhound. They don't call them buses, they call them coaches. To go back to like the days of the stagecoach, actually how that's what they named them after. And you sit on there, you're gonna fall asleep. There's no doubt. A lot of these people bring pillows, they're just knocked out. It's like 4 a.m. sometimes. It's just dead silence. Anyway, that's another story. I went all the way to Spokane, Washington. All right. Great trip, though. Okay, so what's a good cheap beer? Anything comparable to Rolling Rock in your opinion? Oh, yes, like the Schlitz. Yeah. Blue Ribbon is all right. Lone Star is all right. Yeah, and Schlitz is like all really good. It's not just all right. David Cassidy says, yeah. I'm having a natural ice. It is the sexiest can. I have natural ice in my fridge. My high school football coach had been at Tarawa. It's a bad place to be in 1943, I'm afraid. Apex ticket? No, it's called Discovery Pass. David Cassidy, BL had a map of the United States on can with a bullet points on it. What reason, I do not know, though. Oh, never saw that. Chaos Gaming says, cheers, just got me some of that Bud Nitro Gold after watching your review. Had to try it. Definitely one of the Budweiser's best beers. They hit the ball out the ballpark. That was a grand slam. Oh, that beer can just... the only thing Budweiser Nitro does is win and win and win and win and win. Drinking Victory Dirt Wolf now, waiting for my chicken to cook. I love Victory beers, but we don't get them in Louisiana, sadly, anymore. Cool, thanks, we'll try, says Astroverb. Oh, yeah, Schlitz, that's the way to go. That is the way to go. I can get 12 packs of cans. No longer get bottles in Louisiana. I can get 12 packs of cans and 6 packs of pint cans. But I'll go with the 6-pack of pint cans because it's only $4.71. $4.71 plus tax. It's actually more expensive than the Coors. Coors Banquet, I can get 6-pack of pint cans for $4.53. True story, every day, all day. True story, not joking. Bud Nitro is a winner. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Here's a winner. I'm looking at this. Somebody sent this to me, one of the beer reviewers, Can't remember who it was. I'm sorry. I get so many people doing that. Old Style Oktoberfest. Oh, man. Was it good? It was so good. If you didn't like this beer, you just not drink beer. Just stop drinking. My venison stew is almost ready. Good. I had beef pinto beans for lunch with onions and pepper jack cheese. I was so stuffed, I never ate anything since. I remember it was this pizza place in town about an hour west of Denver. The pizza was like rubber. Ugh. But man, that Coors Banquet was crisp and fresh. We had good pizza around here. We had Shakey's Pizza. Exactly, says Astroverb. Have drunk the regular old style. It was good. It is good. The $6 pint sixes, $5. Ron, remember when Miller High Life quarts were $1.25? I don't really remember that because I didn't buy quarts back then. But I can remember when so many beers were cheap. Like, I can remember this. I'll show you this, and I got to get off the air, you know. But I can remember when this beer was $1.99 a 6-pack. Now, this is the truth. I don't make up stories about beer. They used to have a grocery chain that went out of business, but it was called Schwegmann's. And I went to Schwegmann's on US Highway 61 in 1996, and they had Falstaff beer, and it was $1.99. And that is the truth. $1.99. $1.99 for a 6-pack. I'm not making that up. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, well, they stopped making Falstaff 15 years ago, man. 15 years ago. Falstaff is good. Yeah, I loved it. It had such a roasty flavor. It was like roasty barley. But that's probably why people didn't like it. It was like, oh, man, it's like too old style. It's got too much flavor. It's funny because at the same time, 1996, they had this faction drinking all the beautiful craft beers, which I was drinking too. And then you had all the light beer people, and they would say, I ain't drinking Falstaff. It's too nasty. But that meant it had too much flavor. I was like, oh, man, what kind of world is this? Venison, potatoes, carrots, green beans, hen of the woods, mushrooms, onions. Oh, yeah, I would eat that. I remember well, plus Gibbons, too. Gibbons, reading as well. Okay. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching this extended Saul video. But the beer was so good. It was so refreshing. It's hot now. Well, it's warm, not hot. I'll say 90 is hot, but it's dang warm. Humidity's back. You know, humidity's back. And this is a perfect beer to have in the subtropics of Louisiana, you know. Ugh. Yes, Founder's Solid Gold is good. It's good. It's not better than Sol, though. It's really not bad. I mean, it's good, but it's not better than this. But it's good. So I like it. We drank Falstaff in college because it was cheap. Only thing I can say about Falstaff is I liked it. I mean, I never could find it here. I saw it in Metairie, Louisiana, and then they stopped making it. So whatever. Have a great Sunday, Ron. You too, Eric. Well, thanks, y'all, and take care. And you too, man. Astroverb. So the plan is nothing tomorrow because Bumpy Road Brewery, Jesse, has a theme at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, and it is Schwartz beers. And I've got Dixie Blackened Voodoo. Yeah. Oh, I feel so bad because I did a review of Dixie Crimson Voodoo today. And doggone if I didn't remember. Holy smokes, I forgot to show the old bottle. Oh, man, I feel terrible. Well, I'm going to have to feature that some kind of way. The old spooky bottle. Oh, man. Tuesday morning, we're going to do a taste challenge, and I think it's going to be Albertson's rum versus Palo Viejo. Albertson's versus Palo Viejo. Now, that's going to be a challenge because those two are so close. Oh, so very close. Thursday. Oh, what can I do? Thursday, I got to do... I got to figure this out because I got to do a review of Cooper's Craft some kind of way. Cooper's Craft straight bourbon. Oh man, and I gotta do this rum review of y'all ever heard of Cruzan? I'm sure you heard of Cruzan Gold. It's aged rum. It's an aged rum, and yeho, Cruzan Gold. Oh, I got too much drinking. I gotta fit in. I mean drinking. I mean I wouldn't. I mean tasting. You know what I'm saying? Tasting, drink. I mean, I got too much tasting. These schedules. Golly gee. Well, I got to do it. The Cruzan Gold. And you better back up. You better back up. I forgot about the Ron Pontalba Silver. Oh, okay. So Thursday morning I'll do the Albertsons versus the Ron Pontalba or the Captain Morgan White, and then that night I'll do either or. Okay. Oh, good. That way this week I only have to do the Cooper's Craft straight bourbon. But that's a good. Well, I think it's going to be a good one. David, my friend David says terrible. It's a terrible bourbon. I say, how can it be terrible? It's like $23 at Walmart. Why would it be terrible? You know, that make any sense. But that's his opinion. He might be right. I haven't tried it. Doesn't Trader Joe's have like $3 beer? Yeah, $3.99 6-pack, 12-pack. Yeah, $3.99 a 12-pack. Yeah. But there was a line around the back of the store Saturday. I wasn't going to wait in that line. Got Cruzan 151 downstairs. Oh, wow. Huh. People around here enjoy Mount Gay rum. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I would like to try it. Ron, why don't you try brewing your own? Start with an extract kit. I just think it would be a big failure. I don't have any self-confidence in brewing. Not to mention, I don't have any interest in it. I made my own wine before, so Eric, hey, what's up, Ron? He says, the doctor. Oh, hey, double strong or overproof rum reviews coming up? No, not anytime soon, no. Because after I do the Cruzan, I'm going to buy the Ron Rico. I saw that at International Market just yesterday for $8.99. Gold and silver, Ron Rico. I said, can't buy it now, but I want to buy it. You ever find the PBR whiskey around you yet? I think I saw it at one store, but I wasn't buying some clear whiskey. That's just moonshine. It's unaged. I got too much. If y'all came here and went in that next room and saw all that liquor, you'd be like, oh, dude, you need to go talk to some people. Go to like some group sessions. I'll say, I don't need to go to a group session. I just need to stop buying liquor and get through this backstock. All right? Then you would understand why I don't want to buy any new liquor brands. There's too much here. Okay, well, thanks for watching this video production. This is a winner, a winner, a winner, a winner without any hesitation. Thanks, folks.